You see it everywhere, right? Every company, big or small, is feeling this massive pressure to go digital. But here's the big question. Does splashing out on all this new tech actually make their most important documents, their financial reports, any better or more trustworthy? Okay, let's really get into this. I mean, we are living smack in the middle of a huge digital revolution. Technology is just evolving so fast that businesses feel this constant, intense need to innovate just to keep their heads above water. It's a nonstop global race to digitize, well, everything. And with that race comes this really powerful, kind of seductive idea that digital transformation is a silver bullet. The expectation is that all this shiny new tech will automatically make financial information more accurate, more reliable, and more trustworthy for everyone. But is that what actually happens? To figure this out, a recent study looked at a country that is absolutely all in on digital, Saudi Arabia. Get this, 93% of its population is online. That's way, way above the global average. This makes it the perfect real-world lab to see if this whole digital promise really holds up. So researchers decided to put this promise right under the microscope. But how do you even measure the quality of a financial report? I mean, it's not just a gut feeling. Turns out there are some really specific international standards and a couple of key terms we've got to understand first. So first up, we've got digital transformation, or DT. Think of this as the big picture. It's a huge strategic shift that uses new tech to change basically everything about a company. Its culture, its business model, the whole shebang. And then we have digital accounting, or DA. Now this is way more focused. This is the nitty-gritty of applying digital tools specifically to the accounting process itself. Recording, processing, and storing financial data electronically. So if DT is the grand strategy, DA is the targeted tactic. So, according to the official standards, a top-quality financial report is judged on 4 things. First, is the info relevant for making decisions? Second, does it offer a faithful representation of what's actually going on without errors or bias? Third, is it comparable to other companies? And finally, is it understandable for the people reading it? These are the 4 tests the study used. All right, so how did these 2 different digital approaches, broad DT and focused DA, stack up against those 4 qualities? This is where it gets really interesting because the results, well, they were surprisingly different. And here it is, the core finding in a nutshell. Look at the left side, broad digital transformation. It was okay. It got a check mark for making reports more relevant and easier to understand, but see those warning signs? It totally failed to improve their core accuracy or make them easier to compare. Now look at the right. Focused digital accounting aced the test. It improved all 4 qualities. The takeaway here is crystal clear. How you use technology matters so much more than that you use it. Let's break that down. So why the mixed bag for general DT? Well, a broad digital push is often about surface-level stuff, right? A new website, a new customer system. Sure, that can make information quicker and easier to read, which boosts relevance and understandability. But it doesn't fundamentally change the deep-down accounting processes, and that's exactly why it had no real impact on trustworthiness or comparability. In stark contrast, digital accounting was a clean sweep. And now it makes perfect sense why. When you specifically integrate technology into the core accounting functions, automating data entry, using standard digital formats, you're tackling the problem at its root. This didn't just make reports look better, it made the actual data behind them more accurate, more consistent, and more reliable. A total game changer. So, what's the bottom line here? What should any business leader or investor really take away from all this? The study's authors pretty much nailed it in their conclusion. Their research found, and I'm quoting them directly here, digital accounting contributes to improving all characteristics of accounting information, which increases the quality of financial reports. It's really that simple and that powerful. So this insight translates into a really clear 2-step action plan. Step 1, don't just adopt technology for the sake of it. That's the broad, less effective approach. Step 2, instead, integrate that technology deeply and strategically into core functions like accounting. That's the targeted approach that actually moves the needle. And that leaves us with one last big thought to chew on. At the end of the day, is building a better, more transparent business really about just buying the latest piece of technology? Or is it about the hard work of building smarter, more focused processes around that technology? This research suggests the answer couldn't be clearer.